What's good, man? Just want to send a quick shout out to my guys over at Versus ATL. Leo, John, y'all always come through in the clutch for me. I've had this OG vintage Super Bowl jacket from Atlanta '94 Super Bowl for a while, and I've not had a hat for it. But check this out. Check this out. Look at that patch. My guy Leo came through for me on this one. Finally found something to match this. Matches exactly with the jacket. Love it. Appreciate you guys. Shout out to them. If you got some vintage needs, you got some kick needs, go holler at my guys. Tell them I sent you. Peace. What's good, everybody? Back again.
We back.
It's your boy, the almighty Rip 16.
And it's your boy, Ty the Jet. I'm here. I'm back.
Back again.
Ready.
Pro Bowl was last week. It was a flag football game. We took the week off. You did you went on vacation. This guy's seeing the world.
Yes.
But now it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Excited.
So we've been through a lot to get here.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long build up. We went through several parlays, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, a lot of winning weeks, a lot of disappointing weeks. But all of that adds up to Patrick, Mahomes.
Hey, man. Pat Mahomes, Jalen Hurts, Super Bowl matchup, Kansas City Chiefs, Philadelphia Eagles. It's a good matchup, man. You got
great
the
matchup.
number one offense in the Kansas City Chiefs going up against the number 3 defense in the Philadelphia Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
On top of that, the Philadelphia Eagles, I think they're one of the, if not the top, they're the top team as far as pass rush, pressures, sacks, all those things. You know what I'm saying? Amongst the whole defense. So there's a lot of pressure that's going to be coming off of that edge. That's going to be coming from the Philadelphia Eagles side. Philadelphia is favored by 1.5.
For sure.
Kansas City is an underdog. Patrick Mahomes is an underdog in this game. And
hey man, I mean,
it's tough.
Do you think that it should be that way? You think they should be the underdog?
Yeah, I think it should be that way. I think if you look at it on paper, I mean, all the all-star talent that's on the field for both teams is crazy. But I think if you do it on paper, Philly has the most talent. You know what I'm saying? As far as from position by position. You know what I'm saying? So
that Philly is a monster.
Yeah, they're tough, and I think they're healthy. One of the weakest parts of Kansas City is their secondary. Their secondary is a little weak. They have a lot of young players out there, rookies. Mm-hmm. They say by the end of this first year, you're not a rookie anymore, so we can't call them rookies anymore. You know what I'm saying?
They hadn't played in this game before.
It's a tough one. It's a tough one for them. But they got a good defensive coordinator. Giants defensive coordinator won the Super Bowl for us. Mm-hmm. Coach Spags, you know what I'm saying? Steve Spagnuolo. So he's going to dial it up. You know what I mean? He's going to bring some variations of packages and blitzes and coverages that Jalen is going to have to try to pick up and analyze. It's going to be a game, cat and mouse, and a lot of back and forth. I think it's going to be high scoring. I think the over and under is 51.
Yeah.
I like the over on that.
Okay.
Both of these teams can score. They can score.
So you liking the over on this game, so you feel like it's going to be a more high-scoring affair, despite you saying, the Eagles having one of the top-tier defenses.
Yeah.
You still feel like it's going to be high-scoring.
This game right here, bro, like, they're not – this is not one of those – this is not the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I'm saying? It's not like that. You know what I'm saying? Where it's just smash mouth. It's gonna be physical and it's gonna be slow scoring and it's not one of those games, bro. This game is you got quarterback play. You got heavy quarterback play. You got Patrick Mahomes is gonna throw that rock. Andy Reid is gonna throw the rock. They're not gonna shy away from that. You know what I'm saying?
Of course not.
On the Philadelphia side, they got talent. You got AJ Brown, you got Devontae Smith. You know what I'm saying? You got Dallas Goedert. Like, you got tight ends play. Like, they're loaded across the offensive side, and they can throw the ball down the field. They can also run the ball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So with
they basically
that, they
have
can
two
score.
running backs.
Yeah,
they
they
basically
can score.
have two running backs out there at the same time every play with Jalen Hurts being on the field.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is both offenses can put up points.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So if I had to bet against are they going to score more or less, I'm going to bet they're going to score more because that's what they do. You know what I'm saying?
Our good friend, he says he picked less.
Hey man,
Under.
I don't see how, but
I don't know. I guess he feels like the defense is, my thing is, I'm just wondering how well the Chiefs are gonna hold up against that defense, especially with the receiving core that they have.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of one of my concerns on the Chiefs side. Kelsey is gonna be Kelsey.
Mm-hmm.
But they had a good game out of what's my boy name? Scantling.
Mm-hmm.
Marquez had a good game, but what is Juju gonna do? What are some of the other guys gonna be able to do against a good defense? And that's the part. I think Kelsey is gonna be Kelsey against whoever he plays. He doesn't care.
Mm-hmm.
But how much production is he gonna be able to get? So do you feel like this is a game that's is on the Chiefs side? Do you feel like it's more important for them to establish a run, or can they just be consistent with passing against the Eagles defense?
You gotta be balanced. You gotta have balance. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to run the football. You have to. In the playoffs, in big games, you gotta be able to run the football. You control the clock. You keep the powerful opposing offense off the field. You control the ball. That's important in the playoffs. That's important in the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying?
So do you think Pacheco has a good game?
He should.
He should.
It depends on what's the commitment. You know what I'm saying? I know, and it depends on if Philly gets off to a hot start. Well, don't count on Pacheco to be running the ball as much. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of those factors come into play, and then it can be a turnover off the jump. Philly can go up 10-0. Philly can go up 14-0 or 14-3. But even with that,
we know
you can't count out Patrick Mahomes and that offense not to come back from that deficit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
If there was any quarterback in the league that I can bet on or count on to come back from a deficit, is Patrick Mahomes. I'm gonna bet on him first over everybody else in the league. But needless to say, it's a tough game to kind of figure out who's gonna win it. But like I said, I just feel like Philadelphia, they have way more talent across the board. I think Patrick Mahomes is the better quarterback. I think Andy Reid is the better coach.
Andy Reid is Andy Reid.
Yeah, he's the better coach. But outside of that, I think Philly's defensive line is powerful, very impactful.
Scary.
Yeah. Especially the 7, Hassan Reddick. He's a fucking beast. He's going to be coming off that edge like this.
Scary.
You got Fletcher Cox on the interior. Then you got Brandon Graham. You know what I'm saying? Then the DBs are loaded. Darius Big Play Slay. You got Bradbury. You got Gardner Johnson in the safety position. So they got talent. They loaded on the defensive side. So it's going to be a fucking challenge for sure.
Right.
But I think, Kansas City are very creative in their offense.
Okay.
So they're going to find ways to get Kelsey to rock.
That's one thing. They are.
They
are hella creative.
Yes.
They'll come up with a play out of nothing.
Yeah, they will. They will. So they're going to find ways to get Kelsey to rock. If it's handing him the ball, if it's putting him in motion and pitching it to him, if it's, running a little, him playing quarterback or doing something crazy, they're going to find ways to get him to rock. And they know they need to get him to rock.
Right.
But this game is tough, man. It's tough. It's tough to decide.
So, like, another thing I was thinking about, right, going off a point that you said, if Philly gets up quick, right, because we saw them do that multiple times against a lot of teams. Most notably, unfortunately, against your Giants, they took the fuck off.
Yeah,
right?
but it's the Giants, bro.
But I'm saying with them taking off like that, it forces the other team to be one-dimensional.
Yep.
So, with that being the case, do you feel like, for either side, do you feel like this ends up being a very close game? Or do you feel like this is one of the games where one team kind of takes off?
I think it could be close. You know what I'm saying? I think it could be close. But I think towards the end is where one team kind of gets
So fourth
away.
quarter is gonna
Yeah, fourth quarter. It's not going to be over in the first half. I'll tell you that. Like, we're not going to know who's going to be the winner in the first half. I think fourth quarter is going to be the telltale sign of, like, okay, somebody probably end up winning by 7.
Okay.
Now, who? Depends on how the game plays out.
And I've been hearing, in my various discussions with various people, shout out to everybody who's been sticking with us, riding with us.
Shout out to y'all, man.
They've been tapping in.
And if you haven't been tapping in, fuck you.
They've been tapping in, and they've been giving me their commentary and telling me who they think is going to win this game. And a lot of people are really split. I've literally seen down the middle. Some people are like, don't go against Mahomes. I'm going Mahomes.
Yeah.
Some people are like, Philly is a monster.
Yeah.
I'm going straight Philly.
And I think I said that.
Yeah.
In the past 5 minutes.
Yeah. You're one of those people for sure.
I said
you were both people.
I said both of them.
Yeah. He does this to me all the time.
Yeah.
I'm just glad we have a camera on him now.
Yeah.
So which side are you leaning towards and why?
Man. The side that I'm leaning towards, I'm kind of leaning towards Philly. I'm kind of leaning towards Philly. And the reason why, like I said, is just the amount of talent that's on the field. Like, on both sides of the ball. Their offensive line is nuts.
Yeah.
They're solid. They have 2 Hall of Famers on the offensive line.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You got Jason Kelsey, who hasn't given up a sack in 2 seasons.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So damn Kelsey's is something else.
Kelsey brothers crazy. So it's like, when you got all the talent, and the thing that we saw that kind of, Philly's weak link is running the ball because Washington did it. Right? That's the only thing that we saw that was like a weakness for Philadelphia. And then they filled it up by getting Ndamukong Suh in the inside. So think about all these guys they have on the inside.
Yeah.
Veteran guys. Fletcher Cox, Ndamukong Suh, Brandon Graham. You know what I'm saying? Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham been with Philadelphia for like 10 years. You know what I'm saying? And then you got Hassan Reddick. You know what I'm saying? Like, those dudes are loaded on the defensive side. It's going to be hard. Patrick Mahomes is going to have to play the best game he ever played in his life to win this game. I'm going to be completely honest with you. He's going to have to play the best game he's ever played in his life to get this done, because that team on the defensive side is a problem.
He's a problem too, though.
And he's the problem. He's a problem. Absolutely. I'm not taking that away from him.
3
but I'm
Super Bowls,
saying it's
5
going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult.
No, for sure.
Because the Super Bowl that he lost against Tampa, granted he didn't have an offensive line then, but pressure is a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, if you look at the highlights and you look back at that game, he's running around like crazy, like I'm trying to make something happen and throw things down the field. He don't have Tyreek Hill to do a big plays down the field. Right. You got MVS, but let's be real. He's not. He's a number 3 at best. You know what I'm saying? He's not a number 2 receiver. He's not a number 1.
That's why I said in the beginning, I have my concerns about the receiving core being enough, especially against a good defense.
I mean, shit, look at what had to happen for them to win against who they played. Not the Chargers. Who they played? Jacksonville. Kelsey went off. Yeah, like 14 catches.
Yeah.
15 catches, 16 catches, some crazy shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's Jacksonville.
Right. I mean, he also did that on one leg, though.
On one leg, I understand that. But, you know what I'm saying? That's the amount of effort that has. Philly is, I would say Philly is way better than Jacksonville.
Oh, for sure.
Right? Especially the defensive side.
For sure.
Exactly. So, I think I'm leaning more so Philadelphia. Philadelphia, they run the ball very well. I mean, they can run it with their running back, quarterback. You got to play 11-on-11 football.
Yeah.
I don't think the moment is going to be too big for Jalen Hurts because he's so even kill. You know what I'm saying?
I think Jalen Hurts is just super locked in.
Yeah, he's super locked in, like super professional, super humble. Like
it's like, does this guy have an off day?
Yeah, you know, I think Philadelphia wins. I think Philadelphia covers. You know what I'm saying? I think the over is going to hit 50-51. That's my play. Those are my plays.
Ooh.
Philly to win, cover, and the over.
Ooh, Philly. And that's the part that scares me. Like, now, I've been talking to various people going Mahomes, but a lot of people have also hit me with the Philly, and I'm looking at lines that's kind of scary. It's like, oh. But Philly has been that team for me a lot this season that has come through in the clutch. And the few games where I was betting against Philly, they proved me the fuck wrong.
Yep.
Including high point spreads. They covered the hell out of some high point spreads too.
Yeah, they did.
So a 2-point spread is not far fetched, even against another good team.
I like -1.5.
I'm very lenient towards Philly in this game. It's always scary betting against Mahomes. Always.
I hate to do it.
I hate it.
I hate to do it.
I hate it.
I don't want to do it. But it's not about Mahomes in this one.
It's not. But I think Mahomes has a much better. I think, having the weeks of rest, he looked pretty good last game. He didn't look like he was too impacted by his
I don't care nothing about his ankle. I ain't got nothing to do with it. But I think that's why the line is what it is. I think he's fine.
But he looked fine last game. He looked well enough to, get out there and start moving around. So I think he's definitely going to be more mobile this game. They just have to contain him. But I think if anybody can do it, all those guys you named on defense, they have the players to be able to put together the right packages to contain him so that he stays in that pocket or he's forced to make some quick passes or get rid of the ball quicker than he wants to. And I don't know if those receivers got enough. So I think Andy Reid is going to come out. He's going to put some shit together. Like I said, Andy is Andy. He's going to be creative for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
However, what I have seen the Philadelphia Eagles do this season to a lot of teams is dismantle whatever kind of shit they thought was going to work in their game plan. You thought you was going to come out and run on us. You're not. You thought you was about to take the top off and somebody was going to break loose. They're not. You thought you was going to be able to, bring across the middle. You're not. Whatever you thought you was going to do, that shit didn't work out like that,
They just too good, man.
They just really
good. They're really good. They're really good.
And I think the centerpiece of it is Jalen Hurts is very locked in. He's had more and more time to heal up because he had an injury where people were concerned about for a while too. But the past 2 games what he did in the playoffs, he looked like he was fine. And 2 weeks rest, just like Mahomes coming off, I don't think their injuries are going to be an issue. So if I'm just basing it off of the teams that I've seen this season, I've seen Kansas City Chiefs play around with some teams this season. And I've seen them they didn't handle certain teams the way they should have, even when they won some of those games. They allowed a couple big comebacks. It's been multiple points this season where the Chiefs kind of showed me some causes for concern. We'll say that. They're still a great team, but they still have some causes for concern. And I just feel like the Philadelphia Eagles have been a little bit more consistent throughout the entirety of the season. So with all that being said, I'm leaning towards Philly to cover, and to win. Also, I don't know about that over and everything.
Stay away from it, man.
I don't know.
I said, I'm not going to play it, but I started to play it, but I'm like, But either way, I think the over hits. I think Philly covers.
What about showing the people some extra love? You know, who do you think has a big game?
Big game?
Like, let's show a little bit of prop love. You know, if you had like a couple good props you could throw out there, who you thinking?
I think Kelsey could have a big game.
Yeah,
that's all they got.
Kelsey's a go-to.
I think Kelsey have a big game. I think AJ Brown will have a good game.
I think
or Smitty.
Okay,
AJ or Smitty.
AJ.
I think Smitty more so than AJ.
That's what I was about to say.
I think Smitty more than AJ.
I expected a little bit more out of him out of this season than what I got.
He was upset because he wasn't getting targets, so I think he voiced that concern. And
so maybe
he's probably gonna get some more targets.
Okay.
I mean, they had a whole entire week to kind of plan it out and throw it to him. So
we're gonna see.
But yeah, I think the Philly receivers, and then obviously Travis Kelce. It's not a bad bet. You know what I'm saying?
I seen one that I'm loving. Jalen Hurts for one rushing touchdown.
Possible.
I can definitely see that one.
Yeah.
They like to run. They love a good quarterback sneak or some shit like that. So I think they get in the goal line. I think they can do a quick sneak to
They're the best quarterback sneaking team in the league, man.
Right. So I can easily see them doing that on the goal line situation or maybe something in that inside of the
zone read or some shit.
Zone reads, yeah. So I like that one a lot. I seen this is a silly one, but I seen one that said a punt inside of the 20, one punt inside of the 20. I think Philly could get one punt inside of the 20.
Meaning like they're punting inside their own 20?
No, like they punt the ball inside of the opposing 20.
Oh yeah.
I seen that as one.
Nothing wrong with that. Somebody gonna punt.
Somebody's gonna punt.
Yeah, somebody gonna punt. It ain't gonna be score. Somebody will get stopped.
Yeah. And I'm on the fence about Pacheco over or Sanders over. I'm on the fence about that one. I'm not sure yet.
I would probably run Sanders over than Pacheco.
Okay.
Yeah, I would probably run that play.
Okay.
But I mean, ultimately, I just think Philly's team is just loaded with veteran talent, man, leaders
for sure
all across the board, dog.
For sure.
Like talking about vets.
Real vets.
Dudes that's been in the league 6-7 years type shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like Bradbury, Slay. Like these Pro Bowlers now.
Yeah.
Fletcher Cox, Brandon Graham, and Ndamukong Suh. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And this is the defense I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Gardner Johnson, he's been to a Super Bowl before, I think, with New Orleans. I think he I think he been. I don't know if he might have been on that team, but either way, he's a vet. He's been in the league for a while.
Right.
So these are guys that, they're hungry for it. Like this is their moment. So I think I'm putting my chips on the table for them, even though they're in the NFC East and beat the fucking brakes off of us. Nevertheless, come on NFC East. Let's go ahead and take this thing home.
Yeah.
Fuck it, let's do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? On top of their coach is a cokehead. You know what I mean? Sirianni. But
oh Lord, I think as well. With that being said, I think it's time to wrap it on up.
Wrap it up. Said too much.
So hey, we said a lot.
Yeah.
So but in conclusion, we gave you our picks. We gave you a couple props. For those of you that love the prop game. Yeah, man, it's been a pleasure. Discussing these games, discussing these parlays, discussing these bets. But the upside is we still have basketball.
Hey, NBA is coming, so you guys stay tuned, man. NBA is here. We plan to do this after the All-Star break, so we'll get into some NBA talk after the All-Star game.
For sure.
And we're going to cap off the second half of the NBA season going into the playoffs, man. This is when I start watching it.
This is when you pick up after football is over?
Yeah, I pick up
I've been
after
tapped
football.
in. The trade's been going crazy.
Yeah, I pick up after football, so I'm excited for the NBA. Some guys, I don't even know who the fuck they are, so I'm going to learn about these guys. And
Durant to Phoenix,
your boy
Kyrie to Mavs.
Yeah.
Mo Bamba on the Lakers. It's so D'Angelo back on the Lakers. It's a lot.
Russ in Utah.
Russ in Utah. It's a lot going on, but we gonna get into that a little bit later. Right now, we just enjoyed talking to y'all about this football season. Hopefully, you know, we lock in some good winners, and you know, take the money home. You know,
that's it.
It's been a money grab. I'm looking forward to these props for sure. Might put together a nice prop parlay with the picks we discussed. So we gonna see. You know, Prize Picks will see me soon. But yeah, man. So it's been a pleasure. It's been fun. It's been phenomenal. I got my Super Bowl gear on. I'm ready.
Hey, baby. Super Bowl Sunday.
Ready for a good game.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for fucking watching. We appreciate it. And stay tuned for the next episode, man. No Hedging Podcast. We out!
Yes, sir.
Young nigga say you got a whole lot of money, you ain't never seen a young nigga with it. Yeah.